I just filmed this entire opening without hitting the record button. One of the things that I tell to my students is that in order to improve, sometimes we have to take a step back and work on the basics, and that's just kind of what we're going to do today. Hey everybody, Nick from 9Card TCG, and today we're going to be taking a look at a very fundamental deck, and that is Arceus Inteleon. It is a very basic deck, but it is very good, and learning to sequence properly and playing the right lines is really important to improving as a player. And so I think Arceus Inteleon is a pretty good deck to do that. There's a lot of decision making to be done when you're playing any type of Inteleon deck, but because it's Arceus Inteleon, there's not as much decision making because you're mostly just attacking with Arceus, but we'll get to that a little bit later. The cool thing about this is that rotation has been officially announced for early 2023, which means Arceus Inteleon decks are going to be viable for the remainder of the year. Even though aside from Worlds there aren't any other major events, we can still play this deck at 1Ks and locals and use it as a really good foundation for improving our game. And that's exactly what we're doing today. But before we do, if you haven't already, do me a favor, hit the like button, leave a comment, and especially share this video. Posting this video onto YouTube, not onto YouTube, but posting it onto Twitter and Facebook and whatever really tells YouTube this is a good channel and other people should watch it. If you're in the market for some TCG accessories, I'm affiliated with Dragon Shield, so you can use the link in the video description to get yourself some awesome Dragon Shield matte sleeves. They're the only ones I use. You show up to regionals looking and feeling like a pro. And lastly, if you want to help support the channel a little bit more directly, there is a join button somewhere over here, and you can click it to see all the different perks you get, but none of that's ever expected, just you beer. Let's go to PCT. Arceus V and V-Star are, of course, the stars of the show. They're the thing that make everything happen. 280 health on a 2-prize Pokemon is enormous. Trinity Nova for 3 colorless energies are going to hit for 200, and you get to search your deck for 3 basic energies and attach them to your Pokemon V however you want. This attack allows so many decks to become viable, and it allows for a lot of creativity in how decks are built and what a person can play. So I'm a huge Arceus fan. Starbirth is a phenomenal ability. You can only use Starbirth or any V-Star power once per game, but when you do, you get to search your deck for any 2 cards you want and put them directly into your hand. Retreat cost of 2 means we get free retreat with Air Balloon. We do have a fighting weakness and no resistance. Pretty much the big thing, we do have something like a Dunsparce here, which is going to remove fighting weakness from our Arceus V. This is really just in case our opponent's going to play their own Galarian Zapdos, a Lucario, Regirock, something like that. Speaking of Galarian Zapdos V, Fighting Instinct is the ability, and for each Pokemon V your opponent has in play, the attack cost of Thunderous Kick is reduced by 1. So if your opponent has 3 Pokemon V in play, you can hit with Thunderous Kick for just a single fighting energy, do 170 damage, which on a fighting weak Pokemon will knock out anything in the game. Retreat cost of 1, weak to Psychic, so, be cautious about playing that in the Mew matchup. We do have Lumineon V for the Luminous Sign ability. When you play this card from your hand to the bench, search your deck for any trainer or any supporter card you want, put it directly into your hand. This is really nice because if we really need a Melanie, we really need a Cheren, and we don't have access to Shady Dealings for some reason, we can still find it. Speaking of Shady Dealings, we are running the Shady Dealing Inteleon line. We have 2 Shady Dealing Inteleons and 3 Shady Dealing Drizziles. When you play them from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you could search your deck for either 1 card, 1 trainer card with Drizzile, or 2 trainer cards with Inteleon. And this is really useful with things like Scoop Up Net, so we can constantly reuse our Shady Dealings. We do have Quick Balls and Ultra Balls, Level Balls, Evolution Incense, a lot of Pokemon search here. Ordinary Rod and Pal Pads will get Pokemon energy as well as specifically supporters back into the deck. And then we have a couple of Stadium cards, Collapse Stadium, to kind of keep our opponent from doing things like it's going to reduce their Inteleon engine. It's going to really disrupt Regigigas decks. It's going to disrupt Turbo decks. So Collapse Stadium is a good option there, and we do have a couple of Path to the Peaks to shut down abilities on our opponent's Pokemon. We have an Air Balloon and some Big Charms. The Air Balloon gives us free retreat. Big Charm lets our Pokemon survive a little bit longer with a little bit more health. And then we have a bunch of supporters, 2 Boss's Orders, 2 Cheren's Cares, 2 Marnie, 2 Melanie, 1 Research, 1 Roxanne. This is really important. The Cherens here are huge. The Melanies are huge. They're going to allow us, Melanie's going to get water energies from the discard back onto our Pokemon so we can attack quickly. It's also going to allow us to draw some cards. Cheren's Care lets us take a damaged colorless Pokemon and put it and every card attached to it back into our hand. So, kind of the plan here is to establish 2 Arceus Vs and then just Cheren Care loop. The active gets damaged, you pull it into the hand, you send up the other one. If you have to evolve or attach a Big Charm, attach an energy, you have the option to, and then you just attack or you bench the other Arceus back down, attack, there you go, that gets damaged, Cheren's Care. You can constantly do that and really make it so your opponent is forced to take a knockout, like a one-hit KO on this Arceus, which might not be the easiest thing to do because Big Charm means 310 health, which is a very difficult number to hit. Roxanne's just a really good comeback card. If our opponent does manage to take a few prizes, we can kind of shut their hand down to 2, and we can path them so they can't use abilities. Professor's Research, Marnie, our draw supporters, Boss's Orders, lets us knock out an opponent's Pokemon on the bench, and we can kind of pull it up, maybe stall, whatever we gotta do. 1 Fighting Energy for the Zapdos, 6 basic Water Energies, and 3 Double Turbo Energies is the entire deck. Let's go ahead and get into some games. Going into game number 1, we'll see if we win the coin flip here. We want to go first. We want to be able to evolve our Shady Dealings. We want to be able to evolve our Arceus. And we're going to take a mulligan. This would have been an alright hand had we... I mean, you really want to start energy in your opening hand with like Arceus or something. So, we get a Sobble and a Quick Ball. That's okay. This is actually fine. This is okay with me. Because we have a Quick Ball to get an Arceus, we can dump this like Evo Incense. We got the Double Turbo actually. So I'm going to go ahead and dump this Water Energy. And we'll go ahead and get ourselves an Arceus. Our opponent will not be able to, I mean, I guess they could technically escape rope, which they might want to do. But we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a, not a Drizzile, another Sobble. That Sobble will give us an out to extra stuff later. So this Sobble likely will get knocked out. So we can Evolution Incense for a Drizzile, find something like a Melanie. Then we have Arceus VSTAR where we can evolve. Now the energy's on there and we can Starburst for whatever it is we need. So we're going to have some stuff. Our best bet is to be able to get another Arceus going very, very quickly. So we really have to hope that our opponent doesn't hit with the escape rope. If they do, I mean, I guess at this point it doesn't matter if they do go escape rope because we just give them the other Sobble and we never give them the Arceus. They can't Boss's Orders and attack this turn because if they want to attack with Meloetta this turn, they have to use Elisa Sparkle. So, I mean, I guess, yeah, that's the only way they can really attack this turn is Elisa Sparkle. So, escape rope doesn't really scare me now that we got that other Sobble onto the bench. They'll be able to start using something like Genesect's ability. And honestly, depending on what they play, we may or may not want to Marnie them. But we definitely want to go ahead and play Path to the Peak. So there's the Elisa Sparkle. And they're going to go onto the Meloetta and the Mew, most likely. It's fine. Once they do draw, we really want to get a Path into play. So that Meloetta is now hitting for 210 damage. No boss anymore because they use their supporter. So they could Catcher. I guess Pokemon Catcher is still technically an option. They do have to flip heads on it though. And they would have to get a damage modifier, so a power tablet or a choice belt in order to knock out this Arceus. So they would need a few things. It's definitely doable. It's just whether or not they play Catcher. And they need to get this Genesect out of the active. So need to get the Genesect out, they need a catcher and a damage modifier, and again they have to flip heads on the catcher should they hit it. So a lot of stuff. Discarding. What have they discarded so far? All 4 quick balls are gone. Oricorio is kind of annoying, but it doesn't really make that big of a difference because we are two-shotting all of their Pokemon anyway. So not a huge difference maker here. We're not running Choice Belt Zigzagoon, and they pass. So this is kind of nice because we can go Starburst here. We can get out just like a water energy, and I want to take out this Meloetta because I don't want them to have those Fusion Strike energies in play so they can easily Melodious Echo and hit for big damage. I want to force them to use something like the Fusion Strike system. So let's go ahead and we'll get a Drizzile. We can put the Drizzile onto the active, get a Scoop Up Net, and then reuse the Drizzile to find something like Path to the yeah, we can find like Path to the Peak, and then Starburst before playing Path. I think that's a pretty good option. And we have plenty of water energies in the discard, in the deck. Yeah, we got a Path in the deck. We got just one, so that's fine. We go Scoop Up Net, and we'll take you, and we'll promote you. We'll bench this back down. We can go Drizzile again. I guess it doesn't... We might as well get the Path here. And then we'll go ahead and Starburst. The question is, I think I really have to boss. I can't Marnie. So we get a water energy and a boss. I think that's good. So we'll attach the water energy. We'll throw down the Path. And we'll go ahead and take up here. We wouldn't one-shot the Mute anyway because of Oricorio, so no real point in doing that. And we'll just get some water energies onto this Arceus V. And now, unless they have the stadium, we'll be able to Shady Dealings Inteleon for an Evolution Incense and a Cheren's Care. We don't even need the Evolution Incense, really. They failed the Cramomatic. That's tough. So we'll see if they have the stadium in hand. But basically, we just need a Cheren's Care to wipe away all the damage from this Arceus that's about to take. And we don't have to worry about, you know, Tool Jammer affecting us and being able to retreat. They go Max Miracle. So they know, okay, that was kind of smart. Ooh, we top decked the Cheren's Care. My goodness. Wow, what a top deck. And we'll attach down here. What? I guess we'll get some stuff. We'll get a Scoop Up Net. It's pretty good. And we can get a Big Charm. Sounds pretty good. To put onto the benched Arceus. I don't have another Cheren's Care, though. And I don't have a Pal Pad, and that seems like it's prized as well. So I prized Pal Pad and another Cheren's. So not ideal. So I definitely want to try to keep this thing alive. So we'll go here. And then we'll Scoop Up Net this. Evolve. We'll find another trainer card. I don't need to get the boss right now. So we might as well go ahead and get... I guess we'll get this other Big Charm. Because I have the Inteleon for next turn as well. And I can always... We don't have another Scoop Up Net either. So we'll just grab the Big Charm. We'll bench. It's not going to work, but that's okay. We don't have a Tool Scrapper. Might as well attach. So, really unfortunate that we prized both Pal Pad and our second Cherens, because we would have been in a pretty good spot otherwise. But it is what it is. They might Psychic Leap us, depending on what's in their hand. Yeah, there's the Psychic Leap. So we'll take some damage. They'll send up Oricorio. I am just going to boss up their Mew. So we'll go ahead and get Boss's Orders. And I'm going to get a Level Ball. Just to have for Drizzile for the following turn. And, well, Trinity Nova, this will KO. Yeah, looks good to me. And we'll take 2 prizes here. There's a nice Drizzile. And there's the Cheren's Cap. Beautiful. So, we'll see what they end up being able to do by only having that Mew. And they can see nothing they can do. Very nice. Path sticking makes a huge difference. Honestly, I don't think we need to even do another game. That really showed the power of Arceus and Inteleon being able to use the Cheren's Care, being able to kind of cycle through my Arceuses, using the power of Scoop Up Net and Shady Dealings. We didn't. I don't think we used Melanie in that game, but you could if it comes up, if you get the opportunity to. We happen to find all the stuff we need. Path to the Peak coming in huge against that Mew deck. They just couldn't find what they needed. We did everything. We put everything that we needed to do in that game. We did, and I think that kind of lets us wrap this up quickly. There's no need to make you watch another 15 minutes just to show you the same thing. So yeah, that's gonna do it for us today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Found us a little informative. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. Share this video with your friends on social media, and yeah, that's gonna do it. Thanks so much, and I will see you next time.